Cool. So now what we're going to do is talk a little bit about what else we can do with GSpread. So basically we've completed the task already of adding items to a spreadsheet, but sometimes you want to do other things. Sometimes you want to read from a spreadsheet. Sometimes you want to search for a row in a spreadsheet. So let me just go through some of the functions, and I have detailed notes in the description for you to download. And you can reference those. So let's just get straight into it. First of all, notice how we referenced our spreadsheet earlier. We used client.open, and then we just put the title of the sheet. Now another way you can do it is saying client. Actually, let me just make this a new category for you to understand. Another way we can do it is saying client.open by URL, which means you just put the link to the spreadsheet, or open by key, which is the key is just the end of the spreadsheet, or this highlighted portion is the key. And so there's a variety of ways to do so. So for example, if I did open by URL, I would just put in the URL in quotes. Another way, now recall in this case, what we had done was we just opened our existing spreadsheet and then added a worksheet to then put information in. But what if we wanted to read from an existing spreadsheet? Well, we can do that in a variety of ways. Let's first populate our spreadsheet with, column 1, column 2. So these would be like our headers. And then we can say just some pieces of data, just so we can see how it's formatted. Now what we can do, let's remove our previous code that we don't care about it anymore, or we'll just put it to the side. And instead of doing client.open, we can do .worksheet sheet 1. This is called sheet 1. That's why we're doing sheet 1. And then all we need to do is say request data equals spreadsheet.get all records will return a list of dicts that represents the spreadsheet. And then we're just going to go ahead and print our request data. So ignore this error, because we're getting this error because we are ignoring our other code, but we have a list of dicts, and each dict represents each additional row attributed to that column. So for example, we have our first dict is column 1 associated with first row, and then we have column 2 associated with first row, and then we have column 3 associated with first row. Then we have our second dict representing the second row, column 1, 4, which is the second row, or technically third. I'm saying second because I'm talking about indexes. And then column 2 representing second row, which is 5, and column 3 representing second row, which is 6. Now, this is a little confusing because it's in a list of dicts, so you can also do .get all values, and this returns sort of a little bit easier to understand, a list of lists. So now you have the first row, column 1, column 2, column 3. Then you have the second row, 1, 2, 3. Then you have the third row, 4, 5, 6. And you can easily, it's basically a 2D array that you can loop through, and you can loop through the rows and the columns easily. Okay, the next thing you can do is you can get specific values from the rows or columns. So now let's just say values list equals spreadsheet dot row values of 1. So now we're getting the values in row 1, and we're just going to print it. So if we click run, we have all of the values in row 1. We can do pretty much anything with this. So we can also do spreadsheet dot pretty much a specific cell, so a cell, and then let's say we want to get A3, and then we can print out. It won't be a list, it'll just be a value, and we have cell, and it represents 4. So anyways, this was pretty comprehensive GSpread tutorial. There's a lot more GSpread can do, but this is I think a pretty good start. All of the code, resources, notes are in the description, so make sure you click that link and follow along on your own computer. That's it for today, guys. So please make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel because that helps boost the algorithm. And if you have any problems, make sure to comment and I'll personally answer any questions that you've had.